Bonnie the theater lady, my goodness.
My goodness, what?
To have you here again to talk about theater, we are honored. And blessed. Blessed. Hashtag blessed.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, good. It's
because you know, going to the theater is one of my favorite things to do.
That's why they call you the theater lady.
We are talking, I can't tell you. Because it's for girls only.
Oh.
So you can't see it.
That's cute.
Girls Only, the Secret Comedy of Women, which is now playing at the Cabaret in downtown Pittsburgh, CLO production. And it was really silly and funny and cute, and it's an exploration of all things girly. No subject.
Were there men in the audience?
Untouched. There were.
Were they uncomfortable?
I couldn't tell because they were in front of me and I was seeing the backs of their heads. I did see some shoulders, shaking as though they were laughing. I was so engrossed
or shivering
in the show.
In fear.
Could be. I was pretty engrossed in the show, but I did occasionally look and see what they were doing.
Sure.
But seriously, when I said no topic was out of bounds, no topic was, and I will not discuss them because they're not. A lot of these topics are not considered appropriate for polite company. Let's just say that.
Well, you're not in polite company here, so feel
but
free.
Some of our viewers might be polite.
I see.
I'm hoping some of
Well, that'll entice them to go and see it.
That's right. This show was written by Barbara Gehring and her friend. This was really cute, Linda Klein. They discovered at one point their childhood diaries, and they started to read them to each other and said, hey, we have a show here. And they wrote it and they performed it for several years themselves.
Oh, wow.
Hundreds of performances. And then they finally turned it over. So in this production, we had Julianne Avolio and Sarah Williams were the two young girls who had this kind of pajama party gone rogue that they invited the audience to be a part of. So there were many hilarious videos and songs. One of the songs lines that caught me as particularly funny was, who put the guy in gynecologist? Talking about men dominating things. It was cute. So they developed a real rapport with the audience through their improvisational skits that they did, even though there was a lot of scripted sketches too. But the improv made the audience really feel a part of things. And Julianne used these very exaggerated facial expressions that just totally added to the merriment of the whole night. And that's, I think, a good word to describe it, just total merriment. And a couple of the sketches that were particularly funny was Crafters Corners. And they talked about what women of a certain age would have some products around the house that they no longer needed. And they showed us some new practical ideas of what to do with these things that were just unbelievably funny. And I did notice the man in front of me was laughing very hard at that part.
So men are allowed to go and see it, we should say that.
I don't know if I'd recommend it, but the ones there seemed on the way out were laughing. So I guess there weren't many of them, but that was all right. And I'm trying to think what else I want to tell you about it. Oh, they did a number, the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies, each of them with a pair of pantyhose, doing this dance. Hilarious. I know you've never tried to get into a pair of pantyhose, so you wouldn't appreciate this.
Thank you for assuming that is the truth. Thank you.
Yes. Those of us that have could really appreciate the humor. So all in all, I think this would be a great night out with your girlfriends, or just yourself and another friend, or even go alone if you want. But guaranteed you will laugh, you will have fun, you will be engaged by both of the actresses because they seemed as though they were having such a great time and there was nowhere they would rather be. And really, you felt a part of things.
What's the most embarrassing thing in your purse right now?
I don't really think I have anything embarrassing in there. Oh, I have a really cute house keychain of Cher on my keychain. That's not embarrassing, but it's cute.
That's awesome, is what that is. when we had lunch at Harvest at the Hershey Hotel, you went up to the
Lovely.
candy dish where you're supposed to take 1 or 2 pieces of
You
Hershey's
can take
chocolate.
as much as you want.
And you did. You took
I
that
did.
whole bowl and you dumped it in your purse.
I did not. I
yes.
just took a couple handsfuls.
You left it empty. It was empty.
I'm still eating this.
You returned to the scene of the crime. You did it twice. Oh my God.
But the second time, they hardly had any candy
Because
on anymore.
they saw you coming. Because at the front desk of the Hershey Hotel, there's like a wanted poster, like a post office, and it's you from 2 angles. If you see this woman, hide the
candy.
chocolate. Hide the chocolate, because she'll stuff it in her purse.
That's an exaggration.
Well, okay, what if you 2? You left 2 little Kit
I left
Kats?
enough to cover the bottom.
Which was this big, because it was shaped like that. I was there, and I was mortified.
They hardly had any bowls of candy anymore.
Because you took it all. You abused the system. It's because of people like you that we can't have nice things.